Batamiadu ko ka. Batamiadu ko ka. Timbaka weni. Batamiadu ko ka. Well, on today's episode of Goge Africa, we bring you a book biography, Nike by Kofo Adeleke.
The book, among other things, touched on her humble beginnings.
True. Chief Nike Okundaye is an art collector, an art entrepreneur of repute. She's a philanthropist.
Wow.
She's a fashion designer.
Wow.
Need I go on?
She's also an artist herself. As a matter of fact, she owns one of the biggest art galleries in sub-Saharan Africa.
Now, all these and more about Nike is in our feature segment.
And Sights and Sounds features a designer you'd certainly love to know.
Absolutely.
Stay with us.
Arts, across diverse genres, is a means of identity, while portraying culture through creative pieces, breaking the artificial borders of human restriction. Indigenous knowledge has been expanded and exported from their place of origin through art to international frontiers. One of such artists who has steered international acceptance and propagated African indigenous knowledge through her works is Ambassador Nike Davis Okundaye. It is thus no surprise that the public presentation of our biography titled Batami Adu Ko Ka, which was hosted and launched by culture enthusiast Diana Chen, attracted dignitaries from different fields of endeavor, including Nobel laureate Professor Wole Soyinka, Professor Bruce Onabrekbeye, arts and culture writer cum activist German and Nicolakbo, Stock Exchange Chief Oscar Onyama, the Consular General of Switzerland in Lagos, Thomas Schneider, and a host of others.
When I first learned about Nike, I said it inside in the speech, before we came here, we studied a little bit, the Nigerian art scene, and she is just towering upon everything here. What is art? She is the patron of Nigerian art. And I said her gallery is not a gallery; it's a temple. So really, you go there and you worship Nigerian art, and that's how I see it. And that's also the role she has in not only Nigerian, but I would say African art in general.
Written by foremost development consultant Kofo Adeleke, the book journeys from the early beginnings of Mama Nike to her rise to global acclaim, influenced by her Yoruba cultural roots, notably recognized as a creative textile artist and art entrepreneur. Her foray into the creative space was cultivated by her great-grandmother at her teens, a period when formal education was a luxury for the girl child.
We bring on stage Mother Africa herself, the mother of art, full of kindness, very strong and resolute. Her smiles and niceness doesn't mean you can take her for granted. It's not possible. Oh yeah, let me hear the drums roll. Harder.
point she was known as Nike Twin 77, Nike Davis, and now Nike Okundaye. So sometimes when you are going into the archives, trying to work out, interesting things about her, you have to sort of triple, double check, just in case a different name is used. I think that was one of them. And also, I think that the amount of material on her life is so vast that sometimes I just didn't know where I could have still been researching now. So rich is her life.
Well, I was privileged to review the book, and what I said was that Mama Nike is like a tree that makes a forest, which is contrary to what we say that a tree does not make a forest. She is one pillar of art. She's a tree that has made a forest, and she has trained so many people. So people like that, when you talk of real icon, the real people that you should celebrate, it is Nike, not politicians, not even bankers, not all those economists. Nike has done so much for the society that she's a true icon.
Nike herself is the embodiment of Goge. She is so multifaceted, and she has undergone so many shapes in her life that, as everybody has stressed, she's a lesson, she's a study. She should be taken to all departments of sociology and just placed down there. And the students will just look at her and learn all about Nigerian sociology and art.
As a substitute to Western education, she learned the art of traditional indigo dyeing at the feet of her great-grandmother, Madam Ibitola Inoshogo. This foundation formed the pillars which influenced her craft. Shaking off her uninspiring early beginnings, denied of the drove of opportunities Western education offered, first married to a polygamous man, Mama Nike, as she is fondly called by mentors, through a dint of hard work, is today a shining light for the girl child and the uneducated.
I feel good, but my biggest thanks go to Chief, my double high chief, Diana Chang, who is the director of 3 companies in Africa, not only in Nigeria. GAC Motors, CIG. So every time he gave me 2 cars, see, this time celebrating me while I'm alive. This is the biggest day of my life. This is the first time I will see somebody who honor me, who say, you are still alive, let me celebrate you. All the time, go to her.
Then Mommy, she's a very high symbol or icon, can, I think, represent the best of Nigeria across the world. And she always spend her time to do this. This is not a easy work, it's very, very great job. She spent all her time just try to make Nigeria to be the best in the world.
It's multifaceted, and under this, just here now, it's not possible to cover all the things that she's doing. But what she's doing, she's helping to develop artists. She gives them training that help them to create things that will help her and that will help them live a very fruitful and rich life. So what she's doing, she's actually an alternate resource development. She's developing the people to rely on their own creativity to help develop the economy of the country, to help themselves and help develop the economy of the country.
Held in high esteem by all she has come in contact with, the occasion assumed an outpouring of recollections and experiences shared.
If you have ever seen or been to the Stock Exchange House You might mistake it for the Marina branch of Nike Art Gallery. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, may I emphasize that Mama Nike's shoes do not only make an impression, her leadership and influence across generations demonstrate greatness, a legacy documented properly in this book. So I congratulate you, Mama Nike. Thank you for playing your part in strengthening the appreciation of our nation's heritage. Thank you very much.
Mama Nike, my cousin, has been my mentor for quite some time. And I'm happy the time this thing is starting to celebrate her. We have less than 6 months now to her 70th birthday, which is May 23rd next year. In less than 6 months now, she'll be 70. So it's a good way, a kind way to kickstart the 70th birthday of Mama Nike.
Goge. Goge. Africa. 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 It's the only thing I want to hear. It's the only thing I want to say.
Goge Africa is for Africa and it's about Africa. Goge Africa for Africa.
All right, on Sights and Sounds, we unveil the artist behind Africa's finest authentic masterpiece, Afam. Don't go away.
Fashion is an expression of creativity and identity. Through fashion, African creatives have exported what was previously known as traditional wears to the glamour of mainstream fashion shows, making an impression via her unique textiles with designs of landscape, culture, and heritage. Africa has witnessed a booming demand for our fashion pieces. This is evident in the increasing status of African cities like Lagos as emerging fashion capitals capable of attracting globally recognized fashion shows. Diverse and dynamic in styles, forms, and fabrics, African fashion industry has evolved from stylish creations for traditional occasions to premium exclusive fashion creations. We set out in search of one of Africa's bespoke fashion designers. Headquartered in the hilly city of Enugu is Africa's finest authentic masterpiece, popularly known as Afam.
Well, welcome to Corporate Beans International, Enugu, the owners of the trademark of Afam, Africa's finest authentic masterpiece. This is where we produce clothes and shoes for men and women of style that like their things to look different and stand out in any occasion they come out.
A brand built from personal experiments in the creative laboratory with a fine blend of creativity, class, and elegance. Afam has wormed its way into the heart of bespoke fashion enthusiasts as a top brand, handmade, finely detailed to fit diverse fashion tastes, incorporating African-themed cultural elements into his designs. Afam's creations cater exclusively for stylish men and women of high-end means.
The you can see our African suits, how well detailed they are. And this is a kind of cloth that meets any international standard, understand? So it's good for occasions. You can dress it down, like you can make it casual. It can even be a business suit, because basically the way we're going now is that we want to be more Africanized, so that we will wear what we produce instead of copying Asians or Europeans. Because actually Africa is the cradle of civilization, and we set the standard. And Nigeria, being the giant of Africa, it has to start from here. So these are the African suits. This is the embroidered African suit. Well made, beautiful, for any kind of occasion you want to go to. And to satisfy our other customers that love foreign, they say, we make suits, blazers, business suits, three-piece suits, European standards. Understand? And you can see our shoes too. All these things are made in Enugu, Nigeria. There's the loafers, handmade loafers for a lady, a stylish lady that is upwardly mobile. It's handmade, handcrafted, and will last very long. The shoes are very solidly made, and just like one of my clients asked me, what's the duration? How long does the shoe last? And I said, the shoes are actually built to outlive its owner. And he said, God forbid. But it just tells you that the shoes, they last very well. And there have been testimonies over the years about the durability of the shoes. Yeah, this is a fabric that is already on the dress form, waiting for the sketches to be done, so that now we can now take it to the production after the architect has drawn the design. Because here, when we draw, we are the architect of the fashion world, understand? You have to draw and bring it to life, so that when you're looking at the drawing, it has to, so when the cloth comes out, it has to look exactly the way it's drawn, understand? And choosing the best fabric to make it come alive better. I went to University of Ife, and I remember those days in school. When I come back, my clothes are actually very different, and I found out that a lot of students end up buying up all my clothes, and before the end of the semester you find yourself not having any clothes. So subsequently I started designing and going to Aba to make clothes. I didn't have my own machines then, so, and anytime I design and come back to school, I found out that people were buying it, and it was profitable, understand? So I found out I was actually making money, but I was enjoying what I was doing. So by the time we left the university and we were going for a youth service, I decided that this is a business I was going to do, because I realized I had passion for this business, and most people look up to me for their fashion needs.
In a changing world, with an unending fashion pace, an increasing style-conscious population, desirous of certain fashion trends, Afam Masterpieces arguably speaks eloquently.
Yeah. Now, for those of you that love to travel as much as we do at Goge Africa, stand by now for some valuable tips on travel.
On Travel Tips, we bring you safety tips for driving in the rain. Rainy season is characterized by slippery roads, potholes, and traffic, making driving scary and dangerous. But here are some tips to get you to your destination safely. Ensure your wipers, headlights are in good working conditions, and there is enough windshield washer fluid in the reservoir. Since stopping distance increases when it rains, you should increase your following distance and mind your lead time. Reduce your speed to get the traction you need to avoid skidding off your travel path or the road. When visibility is poor for you, it is poor for other drivers as well. Turn on your headlights. Avoid driving through deep pool of water if possible. If not, slow down and place transmission in a low gear. And finally, keep your windows clean and clear. Being able to see properly is key to driving safely anytime, especially when visibility is already reduced because of the rain. And until same time next week, drive safely. Travel Tips has been brought to you in partnership with Goge Africa Travel Club.
Chief Nike has touched many lives, especially women. And of course, she has been a great influence on a lot of artists.
And on a closing note, remember that you are addressed the way you are dressed. So dress properly.
Yeah, designers will always tell you that. And then, talking about dressing properly, Queen of Tourism, hello.
And until we'll see you again, same time, next week.
Let's talk the talk online and walk the talk in action. Bye.
Bye.